the American dream. A house with a yard and a picket fence. Pretty specific for a dream, right? A house with a foundation, cemented in its location, with a purchase price that equals probably as much as you can afford. But what about those of us who can't afford any version of this cookie-cutter dream? And what about those of us who dream a different dream altogether? The way we live in our global, mobile world is changing. And yet we each still need a place to call home sweet home. Unfortunately, homeownership is still unaffordable for most people. Home ownership often means you have to sacrifice location because of the cost of living, if you're lucky enough to be able to afford a house in the first place. Homeownership also ties us down to a single city and often requires that we buy more house than we need. Yet owning the place where we live is what we all aspire to. And even if you want to rent, the total median cost to rent a one-bedroom apartment in the US is almost $1,500 a month. You're not building up any equity, and there's nothing about the home you've made for yourself in that apartment that you can take with you when you move. It's time for a major shift in where and how we live. We know that millennials are more mobile than ever. Those aged 50 and up are beginning to downsize, retire, and yes, they're equally mobile. What would it look like to have a house that was yours, but that could go with you when you move? The way we live in our global mobile world is changing, and it is possible for there to be affordable, comfortable, safe homes for everyone to own. How? Shipping containers provide a standard recyclable template for tiny living with enough space for a full kitchen, bedroom, bathroom, and living area in a perfectly compact 320 square feet. Our container homes are built to the highest standards. They're also affordable to live in, beginning at the same price point of a mid-range SUV. With solar power, rainwater catchment, and group buying power, it's possible for the other cost of living, utilities, cable, internet, to be budget-friendly as well. But a big problem still remains. Where exactly would one put their shipping container tiny home? Land is often prohibitively expensive, and city code and zoning laws regularly exclude tiny homes. So, after trying to navigate these very issues, my partner and I decided to build vertical shipping container community developments. They take only 90 days to construct and provide quick relief to our decades-long housing crisis. Our steel fabricated communities meet existing building code and zoning requirements and can easily dock a minimum of 40 homes on lots as small as 5,000 square feet. How did we come up with this solution? My partner Ryan has 10 years experience in residential and commercial real estate, having successfully developed multifamily projects in San Francisco. I started my career as an academic, having earned a master's and PhD in communication, where I studied feminism's goal of equity for the systematically disenfranchised. I loved my research, but when I was forced to face the fact that I would never be able to buy a house, and that traditional American dream was nowhere to be seen, I became obsessed with two questions. First, why have we let capitalism make even the most basic necessities outlandishly expensive? And two, what can we do to correct the system in ways that center our interdependence with each other and our planet? And so, together, we set out to create a new type of homeownership, one that would work for the world our generation has found ourselves in. Our developments are perfect for small infill lots in any city. Infill lots are those tiny bits of leftover land that traditional developers can't use. We specifically designed our communities to be built on those lots around the country. By building in downtown neighborhoods that allow both residential and commercial projects, our homeowners are in close proximity to amenities like the library, restaurants, entertainment, and transportation, giving you convenient access to everything that you need. We work with the neighborhoods where we build to make sure our developments match the existing design and community feel. Our developments can be painted, we can cover them with steel, glass, or adobe. We insist on reflecting the beauty and diversity inherent in each city where we live. And our technology enables us to move container homes into and out of our developments. So now you can move simply by sliding your container home out of our tower. We then ship it to a development in another city or a privately owned piece of land. And because our homes start at the same price as a mid-range SUV, in 5 years, our homeowners will have paid off their container home. Imagine the life you could live if in 5 years your housing costs were reduced to that one fixed utilities payment, and your custom-designed container home could go with you when you move. That is our vision for the future. To make this vision a reality, it's high time we cut off the confines on the American dream. Because it's true, owning the place that you live gives people the ability and stability needed to dream, because they know they have a home that is theirs. Imagine if your American dream came true, like saving a nest egg, not for a down payment, but for that once-in-a-lifetime vacation you keep putting off until next year. Or what about spending half the year with your grandkids in California and the other 6 months with your family in Boston? Or how about working remotely and having an incredible lived experience in a new city every year? Whatever your dream is, I know it's of more than a place to sleep and store your stuff. So please, join me in embracing the world we're actually living in, a world that requires the tenacity to do more with less, a commitment to living within our resources, and a dedication to protecting our environment and making sure that the essentials, like a safe and comfortable home, are affordable for everyone. A world where we can all dream beyond 4 walls and a picket fence. Thank you.